Well, good afternoon, everybody, from Fluor Field here at the West End in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. Welcome to a third consecutive day of high school baseball as our featured attraction. A doubleheader today. Game one, it will be the Wren Hurricanes and the Powdersville Patriots getting together. Dan Scott and Tom Van Hoy here. And, Tom, we have seen some pretty entertaining baseball so far this week, and hopefully we'll get to see some more here today.
I tell you what, it's been fun so far, and, I mean, it's going to be a magnificent day here at the ballpark. Kind of a chilly night. Riverside able to beat Chapman 8-6 back on Thursday. Had some big innings for both teams there. And then last night, Lucas Thompson, we saw an outstanding pitching performance into the seventh inning. St. Joe's able to knock off Christchurch 7-4. We get Wren Powdersville. And then interesting matchup, we got T.L. Hanna and River Bluff out of the Columbia area coming in after this one. So this one right off the bat, 3A, 4A matchup as well. Both teams played last night as well.
And neighbors from over in that part of Anderson County. Wren is the home team, so as you're watching, you see right-hander Austin Vinson going through his warm-ups. The lineup that he will face for Powdersville will feature C.J. White leading it off in right field, batting second at shortstop, Trip Garrett. Stephen Hudgens will hit third in center field. The cleanup batter is the pitcher, Jackson Spikes. Caden Whitmer will be at second base, batting fifth. The first baseman and sixth hitter is Jack Jarish. Sam Holmes in left hits seventh. Batting eighth, the DH, Eli Brown, and Josiah Bell will catch and hit ninth. It is a beautiful day, as Tom mentioned, a stark contrast to what we had here on Thursday evening when we had a 6:30 first pitch and the temperature was in the mid-50s with a lot of wind. A little bit better last night as we get set to throw first pitch this afternoon. Sunny and 70 degrees. And the temperature expected to get somewhere between 73 and 75. So Tom and I felt comfortable enough this afternoon to open the windows.
Yeah, tough guys that we are.
Yep.
Hey, you know what, Dan? Driving in, you driving in, there's a lot of activity going on in downtown.
Oh, my goodness. Well, first of all, where we normally park in the Greenville High School lot, there's something going on in the gym, and it is absolutely packed. And then the St. Patrick's Day Parade going on in downtown Greenville, but
great atmosphere.
It is fantastic. Here's C.J. White stepping in to lead it off for Powdersville. Right-handed batting right fielder, and the first pitch is just off the plate outside, and we are underway officially. I like it, a little early, 12:56 p.m. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike. Home plate umpire is Eric Anderson. His son, Jake Anderson, is the umpire in the field. Breaking ball just missed the inside edge. Asked Eric Anderson before the game about that alignment. He said, "My son is younger than me. He can run around better than I can." Foul ball right side. That'll clear the playing field, drop into the first row of seats, and hop up on top of the dugout. There is something to be said for seniority. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And strike 3 called. Breaking ball got the outside corner. And a good start for Austin Vinson. 1 down. Let's take a look defensively at the Wren Hurricanes alignment. Ty Davis at first, Shep Wincop at second, Grayson Austin at short, Tanner Smith at third. Left to right in the outfield, Gage Knighton, Tyler Youngblood, Colton Motley, and Griffin Scurry behind the plate. Here's a ground ball to third, fielded deep behind the bag. And Tanner Smith throws out Trip Garrett, and quickly 2 down.
Tell you what, that's a really nice play. A couple hops, guys go to his right and near the line. Took his time, set it up, and if you haven't been down there, that's a long throw and accurately done.
Yes, it is. So 2 quick outs, and that'll bring the center fielder Stephen Hudgens to the plate. Hudgens, a junior, starting in center field, and he swings it from the left side. First pitch, a ball. Vinson with the 1-0, and that one's down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Head coach Wade Padgett coaching down at third for Powdersville. Troy Gamble on the first base coaching box. And here's a high, lazy fly ball to center, staring skyward and shading his eyes as Tyler Youngblood makes the catch, and the inning is over. So 3 up and 3 down. Easy inning for Austin Vinson. We'll see the Wren offense when we come back. Powdersville nothing, and the Hurricanes coming to bat. First pitch coffee.
There you go.
Did this last night. I forgot to write down outside of the classes for all these kids. Whitmer is a senior. Jarish is a senior. Holmes is a senior. Brown is a senior. Josiah Bell is a senior. Well, Wren getting ready to swing the bat for the first time. They'll do so against right-hander Jackson Sykes as he goes through his warm-ups. Here's the Hurricane lineup. Shep Wincop leads it off at second base. Tyler Youngblood will hit second place center field. Batting third, the shortstop, Grayson Austin. Tanner Smith at third base will hit cleanup. Colton Motley in right field bats fifth. Cooper Sanders, a Furman football commit, the DH, hitting sixth. Batting seventh, Ty Davis at first base. Gage Knighton in left field hitting eighth. And the center fielder and 9-hitter is Griffin Scurry. So Jackson Sykes, this is high school baseball you and I grew up with, Tom, pitching and batting cleanup.
There you go.
For Powdersville.
Although I don't think we had many 6'5", 230-pound seniors at that time. But
no.
Big guy going to get after it. And we were talking about Christchurch and St. Joe's. They were like about a mile apart. And as you mentioned at the outset, these folks know each other down the road.
Wincop, Youngblood, and Austin here, the top third of the batting order for Wren. Shep Wincop settling in, and the first pitch from Sykes is on the inside corner, a strike. He fouls that one off to the right, out of play. It's quickly 0-2. Randy Thompson, the longtime head coach at Wren, in his 28th season overall, his 25th at the helm of the program. Chopper by the mound. Here comes the second baseman, Whitmer. Gets in his running throw in plenty of time to get Wincop. And there's one down. Defensively for Powdersville, Jarish at first, Whitmer second, Tripp Garrett at short, and Braden Hyde at third base. In the outfield, it's Sam Holmes in left, Stephen Hudgens in center, C.J. White in right, and Josiah Bell behind the plate. One out, here's Tyler Youngblood, and he's hacking at the first pitch, and he fouls it off to the right out of here. And that pitch outside, a ball and a strike. Thompson's been around so long that he has decided he's not coaching third base anymore. He's in the dugout, swing and a miss. Mike Gianni coaches down at third for the Hurricanes, and Chris Cotton is at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the first inning, no score early on here between these two Anderson County rivals. The 1-1, swing and a miss, good fastball away. Actually, that was a 1-2, and he struck him out swinging. And there are 2 down. So we'll get our first look at shortstop Grayson Austin. 4-year starter for the Hurricanes. And he swings and he pops it foul off of first. Over is Jarish to give it a look, but it's into the screen. So no balls and a strike. Sykes trying to do in the bottom of the first inning what Austin Vinson did in the top, and that's retire the side in order. Swing and a miss. Austin will step out for a moment, now settle back in, tap the head of the bat on the plate, and here's the 0-2, and it's swung on and smashed foul. And sends third base coach Mike Gianni skipping out of the way and now chasing the baseball.
So it's one of the keys, work ahead on the count. He's thrown that fastball up. He came back fastball that time. Let's see if he gets to try to chase off speed here.
And he does. Breaking ball down and in. And he struck him out. So a pair of strikeouts and a 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning for Jackson Sykes. Good start for both pitchers. After one here at Fluor Field, no score.
Have distinct and purposeful pathway of opportunity, access, and resources. It's the opportunity to engage in real-world hands-on experiences, such as study away, research, and internships. It's access to world-class faculty and 4 impactful institutes. It's the resources available to help you understand your strengths and how they fit into the world. It's the deep sense of community surrounded by pure beauty.
2 people watching.
Hey, all right.
The world's changing fast. New jobs, flexible careers, no room for student debt, or degrees that don't directly lead to jobs. Greenville Tech students, what works for you?
You know, Greenville Tech, it's a lot more affordable than the 4 years, so I'm able to get ahead in my career academically.
Every single teacher knew what they were talking about. Every single teacher prepped me to be the best that I could be.
What about you? Greenville Technical College, it's not just an education, it's a working education.
Ready to kick off the 2026 season. So are we. Join us.
1 inning in the books, no score as we welcome you back to Fluor Field. First of a doubleheader here today. Wren and Powdersville now. TL Hanna and River Bluff later this afternoon. We'll have that one for you as well. And then there are also 4 more high school games, I believe, here next week.
Right, yeah.
We will not be broadcasting those. Here is Jackson Sykes leading it off for Powdersville, and he takes a breaking ball low from Austin Vinson, ball 1. And that is just off the plate outside.
You know, Dan, in one of those games next week, how about that road trip for Greenville? They play Barnwell. It's right across the street from Fluor Field.
2-0 and a swing and a foul right side. And a chance to talk to both head coaches briefly before the game and thank them for responding earlier in the week to the request we had for some information here, and all the coaches have that we've talked to this week. Although I have to admit that I was slightly upset with Powdersville head coach Wayne Padgett. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and it's inside ball 4, and Jackson Sykes draws a base on balls. First thing he says to me when I get into the dugout, about an hour or so before first pitch, he said, "Hey, I grew up listening to you do your old sports talk show on the Clemson station." And I said, "Man, I'm not old enough for somebody to have grown up listening to me, but I guess I have."
Well, that's good that he was. The key was that he was listening to you. He told me his dad used to take him, and he'd get out of school maybe on a Friday, go watch Clemson play baseball, and this was way back when They don't have the facilities they have now. He said they had some bleachers back in the day.
Brody Watkins courtesy running at first for the pitcher, Sykes. And here is senior second baseman Cade Whitmer, and he's hacking at the first pitch, pops it foul off of third, and that'll get back out of play. Powdersville off to an 0-6 start on the season, but Padgett trying to put things into perspective. A year ago, his team started 3-9 and ended up winning their district and made it to the Final Four of the Upstate Championships. Here's a quick throw to first. And 2 years ago, they were the state champions. So while you look up and down their lineup, 7 seniors in the batting order, it's still a bunch of guys who are getting that kind of playing time for the first time. Here's a great bunt, and the throw to third is high, or throw to first rather is high. It got away, and it allows Jackson Sykes, who moved up to second on the sacrifice, to come all the way around to third base. That should be, he was bunting for a sacrifice, but it should be a base hit. I think he was going to beat it out anyway, and then the high throw allowing Sykes to come on to third base.
I tell you what, I thought it was a great play to begin with by Smith, and a throw got away from him, but he's got it barehanded to even have a chance to make that play. But bottom line, first and third now.
So a throwing error on the third baseman, Tanner Smith. First and third, nobody out. Here's Jack Jarish, and he swings at a breaking ball and rifles it foul over third down the left field line. So Powdersville a chance to strike first here in the top of the second inning. Vinson with the pause and the pitch. Runner at first goes. Breaking ball taken outside. Throw down, and he is out a mile. Excellent throw by Griffin Scurry to the second baseman Wincop covering. 2-4 on the caught stealing for the first out. Sykes stays put at third base, and you can see there exactly how far out he was. One ball, one strike to Jarish, and a swing and a miss at a pitch up. One and two the count. Senior first baseman for the Patriots. Infield playing back, they'll give up the run here early to get the out. And a breaking ball fouled off to the right out of here.
He'd thrown fastball up, comes back breaking ball. Good job to fight it off, and excellent pitch there trying to get him to chase one.
Vinson again with the 1-2, and it's outside a breaking ball. Could see in the neighborhood of about 85 or so pitches from Vinson. Head coach Randy Thompson telling us his most experienced starter. This is fourth year pitching for the Hurricanes. Got away with a hanging breaking ball there, and it's fouled straight back by Jarish. Said he throws fastball, curveball, slider, and change, and was going to debut a cutter for the first time in the game today. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip held on to by Scurry. That is a big second out. Second strikeout for Vinson, and he's 2/3 of the way home as Sam Holmes steps to the plate.
Dan, as you were talking there, 5 pitches. I mean, you and I go back a little ways. Used to be fastball, locate the off-speed pitch, and that was about it. Yep. So it's pretty sophisticated nowadays.
Here's Holmes, and he takes a first pitch strike. Randy Thompson telling us that Vincent's fastball, low 80s. They're really hoping that he gets a chance to continue his career collegiately. Here's a high fly ball. Shallow left, out behind third. The shortstop, Austin, in foul territory, gets out and makes the play. And the inning is over, and that's a nice bounce back from Vincent. First and third, nobody out, and he gets out of it unscathed. A hit, an error, and one left. And after an inning and a half, it's Powdersville nothing, Wren nothing.
That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of South Carolina works on it. To make navigating your health care easier. Because having the right health insurance means not having to think about it in the moments that matter most. Letting you focus on you. That's the benefit of Blue.
There's a new airline in town. Breeze Airways has arrived at GSP International Airport with nonstop flights to 5 cities nationwide. Enjoy low fares, no change or cancellation fees, and convenient nonstop service. Make your next trip seriously nice on Breeze Airways. Visit flybreeze.com to book your flight from GSP today.
ScanSource. We are your Greenville home team, giving back to our hometown thanks to our employees and company leadership. The ScanSource Charitable Foundation has given grants totaling more than $16 million.
Stay up to date on the action all year round by following us on social media. Get game updates, exclusive content, ticket information, and much more by following The Drive on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Tom Van Hoy's favorite, TikTok.
There we go. Video after video. I wouldn't even know how to get on TikTok or what.
Middle third of the batting order for Wren against Powdersville right-hander Jackson Sykes, Tanner Smith, then Colton Motley and Cooper Sanders. Smith, a senior third baseman, stepping in, and he takes the first pitch low.
Third baseman Tanner Smith.
Next pitch is lifted foul down the right field line, and that's going to twist into the seats. 4 rows back, as C.J. White gave chase. One ball and one strike. Ground ball to short. Garrett to his left, fields, and he throws. And there's one down. Now Colton Motley in a lineup littered with upperclassmen. Motley stands out as a freshman starting in right field. Leans away from a fastball up and in. Wren has played a game here at Fluor Field every year since 2011, save for COVID in 2020 when nothing was played. And in fact, they were part of the first high school game ever played at this facility in 2011. 1-1 pitch, down and away. Randy Thompson telling Tom and me that it feels like home because they played here so often. Here's a 2-1. And then, Tom, you have the dynamic of Wayne Padgett having played for Randy Thompson when he was a high school player at Wren.
It is Wren connected because Coach Thompson is a Wren grad. What did he tell us? 3,000 maybe were here for that game for high school.
Pop foul again. Right side. Over to give it a look is Jarish, but it's beyond the netting, out of play.
Our man Don Moore getting into the action right now.
That's about time.
Tunnel man. Quick first step.
Yeah.
Get a look at it there. Ran out of room.
Holding it 2-2. Cooper Sanders on deck, 1 out, nobody on, scoreless, bottom of the second inning. Sykes bringing it, and another pop foul, first base side, and again it'll be back out of play.
Now, Dan, you know what we saw in that last replay, right, is kind of indicative of what we see sometimes in the stands, is that it hit and it bounced, and there was one person over there, but he held his phone in his right hand, didn't hurt it, and he backhanded it with his left.
Got to protect that phone. One more time, the 2-2 is low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a fly ball to right field. Backing a bit as C.J. White was shading him toward the line and there to put it away for the second out.
It's always interesting to take a look, and we've done a couple of high school games here the last pair of days, and get one more look at it there to where you position in the outfield, because it's a little bit different than some of the facilities they play in.
So if we told you to, of all the players from both teams, to pick out the Furman football offensive lineman commitment, the guy at the plate would be the obvious and correct choice, Cooper Sanders. The DH takes the first pitch outside and takes that one up and in. He is just coming back off of surgery for a torn labrum. He played the entire football season with a torn labrum. Had surgery and just got cleared to play back on Tuesday. Played Tuesday, played last night, so this is his third game. And he's hacking at that pitch. It's 2-1.
You got to love the bat.
Yes. Looks like one of those little summertime ice creams they used to get.
Yeah, red, white, and blue.
Yep. 2-1 is high, 3-1.
Yes.
So trying to become a 2-out base runner. Introduced myself to Cooper and told him I was the play-by-play guy for Furman. So he takes ball 4 down, and I would ask Coach Hendricks about him when I see Clay on Tuesday, and he said, man, I love that guy. That's a pretty universal sentiment for people who have played or are being recruited by the Paladins head coach.
So back in the day when we did Clemson, we did a couple of games with football players that played baseball, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think most notably Russell Wilson at North Carolina State. Swinging a foul out of play right side by Ty Davis. Of course, he went on to the NFL and is still in the league. Then on the Clemson side of things, Kyle Parker was the Clemson quarterback and also an outfielder. Of course, he went on to make the big leagues with the Colorado Rockies, playing baseball. Line drive, left center field. That'll drop for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Hudgens. Sanders stops at second base. And a little 2-out uprising for the Hurricanes. 2 on, 2 out for the number 8 hitter, Gage Knighton.
And Dan, I think that's a good play by Hudgens, because he maybe thought about it, but you know what? If you don't make that catch, it gets by you. At least one's going to score, so he pulled up and played it on a hop.
The left fielder, Gage Knighton.
Timeout as catcher Josiah Bell will go out to talk to his pitcher, Jackson Sykes. Now back and ready to go. Powdersville couldn't get the 2-out hit in the top of this inning. And with 2 on and 2 out, Knighton swings and misses at an off-speed pitch up, strike 1. Swing and a foul tip on a breaking ball held on to by Josiah Bell. No balls and 2 strikes. Right fielder C.J. White shallow and shading toward the line for the right-handed hitter. They're straight up in left and center. The 0-2. And he pops it foul out of here, first base side. Should he reach, number 9 hitter Griffin Scurry would get an opportunity. Sykes trying to strand two here in the bottom of the second, and that breaking ball doesn't. Sailed up and over the head of the right-handed batter. Ball and 2 strikes. Now the right-hander ready. Backward glance at second. Pitches and fastball up and a little bit outside. Bell tried to bring it back in, but Eric Anderson wasn't buying what he's selling. 2-2. Like what we've seen from both of these young pitchers early, Tom. They work fast. Ground ball, left side. That'll sneak through for a base hit. They're going to hold Sanders at third, as the left fielder, Holmes, was playing relatively shallow and got to it quickly. So after the first 2 retired, walked to Sanders, back-to-back hits by Davis and Knighton. And now Griffin Scurry, the number 9 hitter, will bat, but not before head coach Wayne Padgett, who also doubles as the pitching coach, will jog out to have a quick word with his right-hander.
A good at-bat right there. Got down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes, fought off a fastball, then got one that he could stay back on, and Garrett made an excellent effort to try to get to that ball, but it got by him into the outfield.
Greenville Drive season opens on Thursday, April the 2nd. We clarified that last night. 3 games to open the series, open the season here. April 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Still plenty of time for you to get your single game or season tickets. Stop at the team shop or go to greenvilledrive.com. Come out and see Tom and me during the course of the season. It is a fun time. The Drive has led the South Atlantic League in attendance for, I think, 7 straight years. And they continue to do things to upgrade the fan experience here. Largely keeping Tom and I away from the concourse.
Can't go into the suites.
No. All right, here we go. Bases loaded. 2 down, the number 9 hitter, junior catcher Griffin Scurry, and he swings at the first pitch and lifts it into left field. It'll drop for a base hit, and it gets by the left fielder, Holmes. 2 runs are going to score. They'll hold up Gage Knighton at third. And Wren, 4 consecutive batters reaching with 2 outs to take a 2-0 lead. That'll be a base hit for Scurry. He'll get 2 RBIs and then an error on the left fielder, Gage Knighton, allowing the ball to go by him and advancing Knighton to, or the left fielder Sam Holmes rather, to advance Gage Knighton to third and Griffin Scurry to second.
Well, nice job, the bottom part of the order. Davis the single, the base hit by Knighton, had been down at the count 0-2, and then the 9th place hitter picks up a couple RBIs with a base hit.
Courtesy runner Connor Smith for the catcher Griffin Scurry out at second base. Here's the leadoff hitter Shep Wincop swinging at the first pitch, popping it to shallow right. Coming on is C.J. White, calling off the second baseman Whitmer to make the play, and the inning is over. But Wren draws first blood. The 2-out, 2-run single by Griffin Scurry gets the Hurricanes on the board, and after 2 complete, it's Wren 2 and Powdersville nothing.
Make sure to join us on Thursday, April 2nd, as we kick off the 2025 Greenville Drive season. There'll be lots of opening day fun as we welcome another summer of baseball in the upstate. Tickets are available right now at greenvilledrive.com.
Looking to upgrade your style? Then visit the Drive Online team store. Hoodies, hats, polos, you name it. They have something for the whole family. Visit GreenvilleDrive.com and upgrade your style today. And the man for whom that particular commercial copy was written, Tom Van Hoy, is here to call innings 3 and 4.
Hey, I've got the Peyton Manning pullover zip up. I'm relatively fashionable to
Peyton Manning's been retired a decade or
okay,
close.
Well, like we said last night, it's better than Calvin Klein, right? The young right-hander. Speaking of right-handers, and off to an outstanding start here is Austin Vincent. And he'll be back out of the mound. Powdersville coming up. Trail it 2-0 here after scoring 2 with 2 out, couple base hits along the way. And that's where we are as begin the top half of the third inning. Eli Brown, Josiah Bell, 8 and 9. Then back to the top, C.J. White. And right-hander looks in, got that glove, that blue glove right in front of his face. Great look from the center field camera. Those that are watching, we've got a timeout here to fix some of the catching gear as well. So Vincent gets a 1-2-3 first, comes back, walks Sykes. And there was a caught stealing. There was a base hit on a bunt along the way as well. And then got a strikeout and a pop up in foul territory. And these two teams pretty close in proximity. Powdersville coming in at 0-5. We mentioned both played last night. And, Powdersville in our conversation, Wade Pageant, their schedule has been tough. And they were Southside Christian, lost 6-0 last night. And talking about Southside Christian last night, 3A state champ a year ago, and beating Chapman in the state semifinals as well. And they beat Oceanside Collegiate 3-0 last year. So everybody ready to go now? And here's the first pitch, outer edge, and a called strike. So we've seen Vincent use that fastball and a breaking ball as well, and effectively use that to get ahead of the count. Left-hand hitter takes this one low and inside, and a backhand by Scurry there. Brown's the DH for Braden Hyde, who's the third baseman. 6 feet, 185, and a senior. Next pitch floats in there and went off speed, but just inside for a called ball. I think a right-hander has the ball in his glove, stationary. And here's the pitch. And a bounding ball to the second baseman. Short hop, picks it up. Is he going to get aim? And he did not. The ball was fumbled a bit there by Wincop, and once that happened, you've got to recover, and then the ball was a little bit high, so unable to make that play as we get one more look at it.
Yeah, would have gotten him, I think, had the first baseman, Ty Davis, been able to keep that right foot on the bag, but the hurried throw, it was high. And an error gets the leadoff man aboard.
Got the ball in play. Here's a Josiah Bell showing bunt, and I mean Tanner Smith crashing, but he's going to bunt at first base side, and successfully there as Davis comes over and picks it up and makes the play, and on down to second base in scoring position off the sacrifice by Josiah Bell. They're out of the nice spot and turn it over to C.J. White. Well, we have seen, we were kind of joking last night, more sacrifice bunts in, 3 now high school games?
That's 2 we've seen, right?
At least
a couple of other attempts, but
yes,
2 doubles what the Greenville Drive did all last season.
That's right. So great to see utilized moving the base runners. A nice breaking ball. White struck out looking to start things back in the top half of the first inning, and he'll have an opportunity here after that sacrifice. And a good job to get it down. We talked about the third baseman, Smith. I mean, he was like within about 45 feet of home plate, and a good job by Bell to get it down the first base line and make Davis field it. Right hand hitting White, 5'10", 180 senior. Trying to keep him close. And a high, towering fly ball. And the center fielder Youngblood, like he did last time with a fly ball to center, he makes the catch as he tumbles down. He is using that glove. He's got the sunglasses on. Those watching can see the glare. And made the catch.
Well,
and that's out number 2.
And you notice what he did there, little trick that you learn as an infielder or an outfielder on a day like this when the sun is an issue. The reason he's got his glove up over his head as he's moving toward the baseball, he's using the glove to block the sun, which gives him a clear shot at the baseball.
Well, here's Trip Garrett, the shortstop. And he'll hit now with 2 down and runner on second. First pitch is a breaking ball outside. 5'8", 145. He is a freshman. You know who his uncle is? Taylor Harbin.
You know, he comes from good stock.
As Vincent takes a look, and here's the pitch up high. I know you and I did some games for Clemson and kind of jokingly talking a little bit with Wade Padgett and said, Taylor used to pull that ball a little bit off Jervy over that way. He was a fine player, though.
Taylor pulled the ball a lot.
The good young man.
We used to joke, in fact, that if the foul line was 20 feet further to the left, that Harbin would have led college baseball in home runs every year he played. He did set the high school record for home runs at one juncture at Travelers Rest years ago.
Well, there's Trip Garrett, and
don't know
he steps out.
If he still holds that record or not, but at one juncture.
Yeah, those jack-legged days. Vincent takes a look at second, and his counterpart at short, in Austin, trying to keep him close there as this ball stays low and inside. Count goes 3 balls and 1 strike. We play here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Wren got 2 in the bottom half of the 2nd. That's where we are. And Powdersville trying to get on the board here on a spectacular day for baseball here in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. There's the breaking ball, and it's low and in the dirt. And he'll work a walk and have runners on first and second now with 2 down for Stephen Hudgens, who flied out to center field his first time up, 5'8", 175 junior. He'll hit left-handed. His brother was an outstanding player on the 2023 state championship team and now a fine player at Radford. Trying to make something happen here. And the pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. Up in the zone, a bit off the plate and chase that one. Good look at that uniform, red, white, and blue. Got the big P there on the front. Head of the count, no balls and 1 strike. So Vincent, one of the experienced players on this team. And the pitch, high and away outside. And Vincent, one of the many that we talked about that has experience, and one of the strengths of this year's team is they return 126 of 188 innings that were pitched last year, so they feel comfortable in that area to keep them in the ball game. Swing and a miss at another pitch that was up. And ahead on the count now with runners on first and second here in the top half of the 3rd. Reached on an error, did Brown, and a sacrifice fly ball and a walk to Garrett. Trying to get a 2-out base hit, and we saw the air provide opportunities to get a runner on. Up high, fouled straight back, stays alive in this at-bat. First of 2 you're going to hear here today and see. You can stay with it as you want to. T.L. Hanna and River Bluff coming up. River Bluff out of the Columbia area, and T.L. Hanna just down the road as well. 8 high school games will be played here in all in about a 2-week period. Fastball high and outside. He was the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. An outstanding high school baseball in the upstate of South Carolina. Making Vincent work a little bit here. Saw the last inning with Sykes as well, who gave up 2. And he comes back and he gets him with a fastball up and outside, swing and a miss, couldn't catch up. And that will do it. And in the top half of the 3rd inning, No runs. There was an error. There was a walk. 2 were left. None on the board. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Wren coming up, leading 2-0 here at Fluor Field. Well, as we come back to Fluor Field, Tom Van Noy along with Dan Scott. Glad you're along with us. And the first of 2 high school games here today. Powdersville taking on Wren, and Wren will hit here in the bottom half of the 3rd off of Jackson Sykes. Wren got 2 in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Had a 2-out walk, 3 consecutive base hits, and 2 RBI for Griffin Scurry. Able to score those 2, and then Sykes was able to get out of that one after that. So he'll come back on, and 2 big right-handers that are throwing here today at Fluor Field. The Wren Golden Hurricanes for a Region 1, along with Fountain Inn, Emerald, Westside, Southside, and Lawrence. Now next year they're going to drop down to 3A Region 2, and Powdersville will be in there, BHP, Palmetto, Emerald as well. So a little bit of a change next year. And as we begin the bottom half, it'll be Tyler Youngblood. He struck out his first time up. It'll be 2, 3, and 4. Grayson Austin and Tanner Smith will hit here in the bottom half of the 3rd. There's a bunt down the first base line, and it is a foul ball.
We have a change, Tom, in left field for Powdersville. Dashton Brown is out there. We'll try to confirm that it's straight up for Sam Holmes.
So Sam Holmes started. Brown out in left field right now as that pitch is in the dirt. And it goes 1 ball and 1 strike. Youngblood struck out first time up. He's a senior. 6 seniors, 2 juniors, a freshman. This one's off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. In fact, Sykes in the first had back-to-back strikeouts of Youngblood and Austin, who will hit here in this inning along with Smith. And the right-hander looks in. Gets set to deliver the pitch, and he does. And it's low and inside as the count goes 3 balls and 1 strike. So Wren coming off 2 runs in the bottom half of the 2nd inning, and coming off a game last night that they won somewhat in dramatic fashion as this pitch sails inside against Palmetto. They're down 4-0. In the 7th inning, high school baseball, the final inning. Here's the pitch, and it's inside for ball 4, and that's how. Bottom half of the 3rd will begin with a leadoff walk to Tyler Youngblood. And Coach Thompson telling us that it was a Dan 2 outs and down to 2 strikes, and he was able to get the 4 runs to tie it, and then won it in the 8th inning. So that's a quick turnaround for both these teams that played last night as well. So with the runner on first, here comes Grayson Austin. He struck out first time up, and he'll swing and miss on the first pitch on the outer part of the plate. Another right-hand hitter. In fact, all hitters in the lineup today for Wren are right-handed. They have 3 on their roster that are left-handed. There goes the runner. No throw goes down. That ball was in the dirt and advancing on down to second base on the stolen base. And in scoring position now is Tyler Youngblood. Opportunity for Grayson Austin, who's a 4-year starter and committed to Tapa Valley Community College. Right-hand hitter, a bit of an open stance. A look at second. Trying to keep him close there, and there's a pitch high and inside for a ball. Goes 2 balls and 1 strike. So the right-hand hitter at the plate is Austin. Second baseman Caden Whitmer trying to keep him close there with the right-hand hitter at the plate. So plenty of room on that right side of the infield. And a high fly ball deep center field on the run, going back, and this ball is over the head of the sliding center fielder Hudgens and onto the warning track. Here comes the run around to score. The ball gets away and on down to third. The throw, the head first slide. He's in there safely. So Grayson Austin, I mean, he's smoked one. We talk about the ballpark. This is a replica of Fenway Park. You get another look at it there, and I mean, Dan, he hammered that ball to center field. Good effort. Goes on to the warning track there and couldn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, he came within an eyelash of making as good a catch as you'll see at any level, and then his relay throw gets away. So insult to injury, he'll get charged with an error, allowing Austin to come to third base.
Fouled out a play down the right field line. Tanner Smith, first pitch swinging there with a runner on third, and a 2-1 ball game now here. Excuse me, a 4-0 ball game now.
And try again.
3-0. Yeah, there we go on the board. It popped up there. Here's the pitch. Hit off the end of the bat into right field, and it'll be caught there. It's shallow. And going to go back to third base. So good job to get the out there on the fly ball to right field. There was the walk, the stolen base. Grayson Austin able to drill one into center field. And boy, I tell you what, we talk about how shallow some of these outfielders play. And that was almost a great catch. It landed on the warning track out in center field. So 1 down now, trying to keep it right there. And a bounce up goes past the catcher, and it's not going to stay right there. And racing down the line is Austin for the second run of the inning, and a 4-0 ball game now.
Well, I'm guessing, Tom, without seeing either one of the high school parks these teams play in, there's a fairly good chance that that ball that Austin hit would have been a home run in either one of them.
Yeah, I'm going to guess you're right on that one, because that ball was hit hard, and we talked about straight away center field and that indentation at the 420 out that way. So he hit it pretty good, that's for sure. And here's Colton Motley. And he hits one right back up middle, knocked down by the pitcher. He'll recover. Sykes throw and got him. He's one of those old kick save type plays there. Knocked it down, because if he gets past him, it's going to head up the middle, and it wasn't hit all that hard, so it might have been a tough play with the shortstop, but a good play by the pitcher. You get one more look at it. Yeah, stuck that foot out.
And Marv Albert doing hockey. Kick saving a beauty.
So here comes Cooper Sanders. Walked and scored back in the second inning. And he'll hit now. The 2 down. So a pair of runs in the second. 2 more here in the third. And base is clear right now for Sanders, who started things in the second with a 2-out walk, and then Davis behind him on deck now had a single. There was a single to left by Knighton and another one by Scurry that scored those 2 runs. Takes that pitch for ball 2. We play in the bottom half of the third inning. Wren at 5-1 on the year. And this pitch is a fastball outside, goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Sanders is the DH and the 6th place hitter. And a called strike, taking a look at that one all the way. Cat goes to 3 balls, 1 strike. Hey, there's some folks. Green Monster seats out that way. Plenty of sunshine here today. And he draws a walk. And he'll be on at first now with 2 down here. Youngblood had the walk, the stolen base. Grayson Austin had the RBI. Double to center field. Came around to score on the wild pitch. And Ty Davis now at the plate. He's the first baseman, sits in the 7th spot, a junior. We mentioned a moment ago all the hitters in the lineup are right-handed, so he'll take the first pitch for a ball. We had seen Sykes work ahead in the count for much of the game so far, and now laboring a little bit. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Good pitch. Outer edge on the black at the knee. Couldn't catch up with that one. And this next pitch is fouled out of play, off to our right and back over the top there. And the count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Hutchkin center field is relatively shallow. The same thing for C.J. White, a little bit deeper in left. Brown, who came into the ball game, here's the pitch and reaches outside and flicks it away. So good job. Probably couldn't do too much with that, but he spoiled a pretty good pitch there to get a chance to maybe get a better one here. Got some folks enjoying the sunshine down the right field line and the seats as well. He throws breaking ball inside, and it's a ball, and on down to second base is Cooper Sanders.
Sounds like they're not expecting the offensive line commit to steal a base. How about that?
Quite the reaction there. Yeah. And now the pitch, and it's a line shot center field, and making the catch there. Hutchins knew what he was doing, talking about how shallow he was playing. That ball was really stroked hard, and he made a couple of steps to his right, leans up and makes the catch for the final out here in the 3rd. But 2 more on the board, and we head to the top half of the 4th. Powdersville coming up, down 4-0 to Wren.
It's like cats. I was a dog person until I got my cat, but changed my whole mind. I love cats.
Easily dogs. Dogs are definitely the favorite out of the 2. I got 2 at home, and I know plenty of people that also got dogs. I would rather fight 10 duck-sized horses because a horse-sized duck is going to trample me. And anybody who disagrees is wrong.
10 duck-sized horses for sure.
Don't forget the Greenville Drive open the season on April 2nd. That's a Thursday night. First pitch time, 6:45. Get your tickets now at greenvilledrive.com. There's no better way to experience Greenville Drive baseball than a Drive ticket plan. Learn more about the amenities all ticket plan holders can enjoy, including complimentary Greenville.
Well, as we come back, we get set for the top half of the 4th inning. And it's a 4-0 ball game. Wren with 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. And Powdersville will hit here in the top half of the 4th inning and go 4, 5, and 6. Austin Vincent now with a 4-run lead. High school season just getting underway. And they'll eventually end up latter part of May and June. And we've talked about the number of athletes that come out of the upstate and have a chance at certain levels. We talk a lot about the higher levels and so forth, but there are a lot of young men that get an opportunity at some junior colleges, Division II, get a chance to play. And at North Greenville, Dan and I know how good they are and what Landon Powell has done down there, and Division II, and there are a lot of opportunities as well for some of these young men. Here is a pitch that is hit hard, and on the backhand of the shortstop, Austin can't come up with it. It goes off the heel of the glove and goes into center field. So first pitch swinging. Jackson Sykes, he's able to drive it hard and reach on an air on the shortstop. One more look at it there, and tried to get that on the backhand and just hit on the back of the glove there and the heel of it and kicked into center field. So,
Tom, defensive change for Wren, Connor Smith in right field, replacing Colton Motley.
All right. So some changes here as this one's fouled out of play. Got Sykes, Whitmer, and Jarish, 4, 5, and 6. Here in the top half of the fourth inning. And a change in left field.
Hey, Tom, you know, the University of Virginia is probably going to be around a number 2 seed in the upcoming NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some nerves in Charlottesville because not only has Furman won the Southern Conference to qualify, but University of Maryland, Baltimore County has made the tournament for the first time since 2018 when they became
yes, they did.
The first 16 to beat a number 1 Virginia.
How about that?
5 years later, Furman as a 13 beat Virginia.
And in between, they won the national championship, right?
Go figure.
You got to love it, man. You never know. I mean, here's Mississippi, lost, 12 of their last 13. They've already won 3 games in the SEC as well. So Whitmer finds himself down at the count, no balls and 2 strikes, and he hits a line shot into right center field on the run, a diving catch. And will throw back behind and sliding back in safely. Boy, what about that play by Tyler Youngblood out in center field on a drive by Gaten Whitmer?
Now put a star by that one. He got a great jump on it and just outran the baseball.
Well, he can't hit it much harder than that. I mean, Whitmer's 6 feet 165 as senior. He played on that championship team in 2023. He played on a state championship basketball team as well. So a very versatile athlete. And then Youngblood just ran one down. Good play. Here's Jarish now. He's a right-hand hitter. He'll step in. Big guy, 6'2", 220, senior. Fouled off to the right. Maryland, Baltimore County, yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was the next year that Tony Bennett led Virginia in 2019 to the national championship after they had gotten knocked out by the number 16 seed the previous year.
So we're going to have a conversation at the mound now. And offensively talking down the left field line as well. That ball was fouled out of play. Don't know if there was some kind of issue or not, but everybody congregating. Yeah, Virginia under Tony Bennett was let's run the shot clock down, play a little defense. Now they're wide open and they're playing pretty well. They're playing real well, in fact. So a lot of things to be determined. A lot of moving parts here right now as conversations ongoing with both sides. Everybody in the infield is in, and get a look at Thompson there.
About 25 years as the head coach of a high school baseball program, and 28 years total.
And that's pretty amazing. And Dan had mentioned this earlier, but we want to thank all these gentlemen for visiting with us this week to give us an opportunity to get some background information on their teams and their players.
Well, and thank Tom Van Hoy for going into his high school football broadcast mode and making sure we got the information.
Well, and you never know if they're going to call you back. So I applaud all of those men for providing opportunities for us to at least try to give you the basics here and enjoy doing the high school games as well as some of the other ones we do. Fouled out of play after everybody was visiting there momentarily, and it'll be Jarish again at the plate. On at first base as Sykes had reached on the air, and then Whitmer hit it about as hard as you can, and Youngblood able to run it down out in right center field for an outstanding defensive play for the first out of the inning. And a line shot left field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. So a good job there to stay back, drive it into left field, and all of a sudden, let's have something going here in the top half of the fourth inning, trailing 4-0. And it'll be Dashton Brown now, who came in for Sam Holmes. So that was one of the changes we were talking about. And he's a left-hand hitter, and he'll take the first pitch for a called strike. So here's Austin Vincent now with runners on first and second, trying to work out of a little bit of a jam here. He had a walk and a base hit in the second inning. There was a caught stealing along the way that helped out that one. Had a walk and an error back in the third as well. So he's worked around a little bit of pressure here in the ball game. Hopefully he can give some length from a pitching standpoint today. As the count goes level at 1-1, Dashton Brown. Big swing and a miss there. Left-hand hitter. 5'10", 190. He's a junior. Gonna work from the stretch. Not really trying to keep the runner close at second. Gets a pretty good walking lead there. Now they're going to throw back behind. And if he makes the catch on a hop there, Wincop's got a chance to maybe make that play. But it kicked off the glove and bounded away and not far enough for advancement.
Let's call it like it was. If that throw is there or if he can field it on the short hop, Jackson Sykes was out.
Yep.
He was picked off, but fortunate that the second baseman, Wincop, couldn't handle the short hop.
And now kind of jockeying for position, the shortstop. Here's a high fly ball on the infield, and let's see who's going to take charge. Second baseman does put that glove up and shield, and he's able to make that catch. And Wincop does make it, and that does make it the second out of the inning here in the top half of the fourth inning. And runners stay put at first and second now with two down, and Eli Brown with two down. See if he can come through here. It is a high sky today here at Fluor Field. The replica of Fenway Park. High Eagle Philly to the Boston Red Sox. The Greenville Drive play here. Fouled out a play by Brown. He's the eighth place hitter. If he can keep it going, Josiah Bell in the final spot there. The catcher will have a chance. And Brown reached on an error his first time up on the second baseman. Runners will edge away now. Vincent takes a look back and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went outside and gets ahead of the count of balls and two strikes. Having to work a little bit. Had a pair of runners in the second, two more in the third. Had some opportunities, but been able to work out of some situations and trying to maintain that 4-0 lead here in the top half of the fourth inning. These are 7-inning games. High and outside and chase that one, but fouled it off the end of the bat and goes off the facing of the dugout on the third base side. And we'll do it all over again. Sykes reached on an error. There was a line out by Whitmer, then the base hit by Jarish. Brown popped up to the second baseman, trying to come up with a two-out base hit here. Big sweeping breaking ball. Started middle of the plate and dips down low and inside below the knee. Good job by Scurry, the catcher, there to hang on. And the pitch. And a high fly ball again. Sky high. Second baseman again going back and uses that glove. Wincop thundering in behind him was Connor Smith, who just came into the ball game. But Wincop will make that catch and leave two more as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Wren coming up. Golden Hurricanes with a 4-0 lead here on Powdersville. Well, we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Powdersville will make a pitching change, so Jackson Sykes is out, and Carter Cox, freshman right-hander, will have an opportunity, and we'll see if we can see if there are any other changes.
Yeah, Sykes is going into third base.
Okay.
So Cox is going into the spot that was held defensively by Braden Hyde. So,
and Eli Brown was the DH for him, right?
Yeah, and Eli Brown is still the DH.
Yeah. All right.
So Cox pitching, Sykes stays in the game at third base.
All right. So sometimes a lot of moving parts at the high school level. We think, with the operative word here, that we have it for you right now. If it changes, we'll let you know. So Cox gets an opportunity, and young freshman going to be able to come in here and pitch in bottom half of the fourth inning. Powdersville and Wren here at Fluor Field, and after this one, set to go at 4 o'clock, T.L. Hanna and River Bluff. On Thursday night, Riverside beat Chapman 8-6, and last night it was St. Joe's over Crutcher 7-4. And then 4 more games next week, including Bob Jones Academy in Hampton Park. Fountain Inn, highly regarded team. Man, that ought to be a dandy here on the 18th. Fountain Inn against Southside Christian, who won the 3A state championship last year. I think Fountain Inn, last time I looked, was 6-0. Hillcrest, of course, just down the road here, one of the Greenville County schools against Silver Bluff, and then Greenville and Barnwell. So plenty of opportunities. As the bottom half of the fourth begins with the 8th place hitter, Gage Knighton, and takes Carter Cox's first pitch for ball 1. Knighton, Scurry, and then back up top for Shep Wincott. Knight had a single his first time up to left field. And hits a high fly ball into center field. Hutchkins backtracking, again using that glove to shield from the sun, and he makes the catch. He's been busy out there in center field today. But you know what, and Dan, you and I go back with this. You know what I liked about that? Knighton ran hard, touched second base before he went back to the dugout. You never know.
All those years covering Clemson as a writer and a broadcaster, that was a staple of Jack Leggett's philosophy on playing baseball. If you hit the ball in the air, whether it was to the outfield or on the infield, you touched second base.
First pitch to Scurry is ball 1.
Whether it was an out or not, you ran hard and you ran all the way to second base.
So Scurry at the bottom part of the order is the catcher, and his first time up, he had a base hit that scored 2 runs. He takes a strike there, 1 ball and 1 strike. And the first 2 runs for Wren came at the second inning after 2 were down a walk, and 3 consecutive base hits, scored those 2. And Cox will let it fly, and it's up high for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 runs in the second, 2 runs in the third. And that's where we are right now. And the pitch way outside. And it goes 3 balls and 1 strike. Then Shep Wincott. Talk about some experienced players on this team. He's a 2-year starter, Wincott. And we mentioned Austin, a 4-year starter as well. Sanders with 3. So they bring back some experienced players from last year's team. And he'll take ball 4. And he'll walk with 1 out. And he'll pass the aforementioned Shep Wincott on his way. And we'll have another courtesy runner at first.
Your attention please for Wren pitch running for Griffin Scurry at first base, number 24.
It's Devin Hutto.
Yep. There we go. Devin Hutto. Time for him to move out of the way so I can see what number he was there. A chance to run here. And he'll be on first now with one down, and right-hand hitting Wincop at the plate. He takes first pitch, called strike. Jackson Sykes began. Carter Cox entering here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Sykes moving to third. Ashton Brown out in left field. Both coaches we talked to, you obviously want to win the game, and that's why you play. They keep score, but also like to get as many people and players into the game. There goes the runner, there goes the throw, and is wide of the mark, and the second baseman has to come off the bag onto the first base side, and the runner is Hutto able to advance on to second base with a stolen base there, and now a runner in scoring position. So with these young guys that get a chance to play at Fluor Field, you'd like to get into the ball game if you can. Brief discussion there. You get a good look at catcher coming back behind home plate there. First baseman Jarish over as well. Bell catching today. And now everybody's set. Trying to keep him close. Whitmer dancing around off second base. Here's a ground ball. Pre-opper shortstop has it on the run, firing, high throw, has it come off the bag, and he's safe. Arch leaping high for that throw, but it pulled him off the bag and on down to third base. Good read on that play. It was a ground ball to the shortstop, but able to make that read and get on down to third base. So opportunity here to add on. With runners on first and third now with one down, and Tyler Youngblood, who has strikeout, a walk, stolen base, and scored a run in this game. He's the second place hitter. Grayson Austin on deck. And will fake the throw over to first. Diving back in is Wincop, who got that ball in play and able to reach on the errant throw. And there's the fastball and belt high outer edge. Good pitch right there to get ahead of the count 0-1. Young freshman looks in, and right now showing bunt. Youngblood. He's got the third baseman coming in. It was about 60 feet away, and he tries to bunt it and he misses. So a lot of moving parts there. And if you're on third base, Hutto is, you can follow that third baseman down the line about as far as you want and get a pretty good start from third base if he happens to get it down. Now he doesn't show bunt, goes back to, because it's an 0-2 count probably. Sometimes you'll see it, but probably not in this situation. Outside for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Having to work hard here. Cox coming in back of Sykes here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, and trying to add on to that 4-0 lead. Takes a look at first. Set to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Nope, now he'll step off and drive the runner back, who just steps over there. Hadn't taken much of a lead at first base. Kind of bunched up the middle a little bit. Shallow and right, and in center. And there goes the runner, and that pitch is behind the ducking Tyler Youngblood, and easily on down to second base goes Wincop. So now you've got runners on second and third, and a chance with a base hit here to get some more, and they're going to bring the infield in now. Trying to keep it where it is, and an opportunity for Youngblood, center fielder, to maybe open this up a little bit more than 4-0. Way outside and sliding over in the backhand. Bell to make that catch and keep it from going to the backstop and adding on to that 4-0 lead. Grayson Austin would be next. He had a double and an RBI. His last time up, he crushed one to center field. Swing and a miss on a fastball, and a nice pitch there by the freshman. And now he's got a chance to get out of this inning unscathed, and we'll see what he can do with Grayson Austin striking to the plate.
I'll tell you what, you look at the velocity this kid is throwing with as a freshman. We're not getting a reading, but you can hear the pop of the catcher's mitt, and you can see the reaction of the guy swinging. He is a very long, lanky youngster, and you can just see as he begins to fill out a little bit that velocity is going to increase. I'm really impressed by what I'm seeing from this youngster, Carter Cox, just as a freshman, and just you can just tell if you've seen enough baseball, you can tell with a pitcher just the way the ball comes out of his hand, and this kid's got a nice arm.
Well, I always kind of talk about it. It sounded fast.
Yes.
And we don't have the gun here today, but
and you didn't move it.
Well, yeah, that was an issue many years ago when I was, thought I was a broadcaster, and it was kind of in my way, and I moved something, and it turned out it was the radar gun, and they were not happy with me. But
what are you doing?
I was somehow allowed to come back the next day. So, well, after a conversation there, see what can happen here. Well, I mean, the gun. They have X-ray vision, shooting through. Oh yeah, that's right. What do you mean it doesn't go through concrete? So here's Austin, and he's in a pretty good situation here. The chance to drive one, well, man, like he did last time to center field. Did it about 400 feet out onto the warning track out that way. And there's a breaking ball. You love that pitch, Dan, right there.
Yeah. Got to figure he was sitting dead red on the first pitch with 2 on and 2 out, both in scoring position. Whoever's calling the pitches, that was a nice first pitch call and well executed.
Here comes the runner home and the throw, and he is going to be out at the plate. Or they said a balk on him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Randy Thompson was out yelling balk immediately. Back up, Tom. Let's see what we can see on the replay here and maybe pick up what he did. The home plate umpire.
It was a straight steal of home.
Yeah, it was a straight steal of home, and he stepped toward home. I think it may be. Let's look at it again.
Well, we'll see the play. He would have been out of the play.
Yeah, it would have been out by a mile.
But if we can go back and did he get him? He's going to score anyway. If we could get a look at the pitch again. There you go. So did he step back? That's a really good look camera work there.
It'll go in the books as a balk.
Yeah, and the run scores, and runner on down to third base as well. So that makes it a 5-0 ball game, man. And here's the pitch. Austin still at the plate.
I'm wondering. Yeah. I'm wondering as I go back and think about it, watching him, he was in the windup like he is now, and once he brought his hands together, I'd like to see it again and see if his first move was with the foot that was in contact with the rubber.
Here's a fly ball on the infield, and the shortstop Garrett will drift under the first base side and make the catch. So the young man after the balk and the run scores, able to come back and get the fly ball. If we could see that maybe when we come back, we can get another look at it. But 1 run in, it's a 5-0 ball game. Headed to the top of the 5th. Wren with the lead.
Top of the 5th inning, and Wren holding on to a 5-0 lead. Dan Scott, Tom Van Hoy. Here's another look at that balk call. And whatever the explanation by home plate umpire Eric Anderson to Wade Padgett when he came out to argue seemed to appease him, and you saw Padgett go to his pitcher when he came off the field after the 3rd out and explain to him exactly what happened and what the call was. So the steal of home, or steal attempt, ended up causing the balk and run number 5. So Powdersville coming to bat here with the number 9 hitter Josiah Bell leading it off, and a foul tip on a check swing. And strike 1 from Austin Vinson. Vinson has allowed 3 hits so far. He has struck out 3 and walked 2. And here's a ground ball foul outside of 3rd, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander winds and delivers. Strike 3 swinging. Breaking ball. Moving away from the right-handed batter. That is punch out number 4 for Vinson. And go back to the top of the order with 1 away for C.J. White. He has struck out looking and flied to center in 2 times up. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, ball 1. Second game of the doubleheader today will feature T.L. Hanna from over in Anderson and River Bluff up from the Columbia area. And then you can check the Greenville Drive website, greenvilledrive.com, for information on the games next week here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Those games, at least our understanding right now, will not be broadcast for a multitude of reasons. Least among them, Tom and I won't be here. But also a number of the crew that would normally be working here will likely be on call down at Bon Secours Wellness Arena for the NCAA's first round. One of 8 first and second round sites. Fly ball back into right field. Smith got a good read on it. Got there easily as he drifted into the gap, and there are 2 away. And now here's Trip Garrett, the shortstop. It was grounded to third and walked in 2 times up. Austin Vinson's had 1-2-3 inning, and that was the first inning. Patriots have had base runners in every inning since, including the second inning when they had him at first and third and nobody out. The game was still scoreless at that time, but Whitmer was thrown out trying to steal second base. Jarish struck out, and Sam Holmes popped to short. And that's really the only major opportunity they've had. They had first and third with 1 out in the 4th inning, but a pair of pop-outs to second base by Dashton Brown and Eli Brown thwarted that scoring threat. And now a ball and 2 strikes on Trip Garrett. And a slow roller right back to the mound. Off to his right to Spirit was Vinson. Underhands to first. And there is a 1-2-3 inning. Middle of the 5th. Treating it like the 7th inning stretch here at Fluor. They'll sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." Remains 5-0 Wren.
right, here we go.
Well, Tom Van Hoy dances the Macarena. I'm Dan Scott. We welcome you back to Fluor Field, Wren, and Powdersville getting together here at the Greenville Drive's Fenway replica facility. 5-0 Hurricanes on top. Carter Cox, his second inning of relief for Powdersville. And he'll face the middle third of the order, Tanner Smith, Connor Smith, and Cooper Sanders.
Yeah, Powdersville, 3A Region 2. Man, how tough is this? Southside Christian, St. Joe's, Christ Church, Palmetto's in there, and Carolina Academy. And you got Wren, 4A Region 1, Fountain Inn, Emerald, West Side, South Side, and Lawrence.
We saw Christ Church and St. Joe last night, wasn't it?
Yes, Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Here's Tanner Smith at the plate, and the first pitch from Cox is high and inside a ball. Smith is grounded to short, flied to right at 2 times up. And the 1-0. Pop foul, that'll get out of here first base side. 1-1. Tom, we are 50% ahead of the game. Scott, River Bluffs lineup.
Thank you, Mark Bonnet.
Slow roller, first base side, picked up by Jarish, and he'll underhand to the pitcher Cox covering. And there's one down.
Anytime we can get a lineup before they're stepping to home plate,
no kidding,
is a big day for us.
The right fielder, Colton Motley.
Here's Connor Smith batting for the first time.
Correction at the plate, number 4, Connor Smith.
Freshman came in defensively replacing, or Colton Motley was the freshman. Connor Smith is a junior outfielder. That pitch up and in almost hit him. Two balls and no strikes. There's a fastball strike, 2-1. River Bluff is in the building, Tom. Three and one as that pitch missed inside. So Smith trying to become a one-out base runner. Cox with the 3-1. And it's in the air, foul and out of play towards the River Bluff boys, who are congregating up on the concourse right field side. Their shirts say Bluff Boys on the front, their warm-up shirts.
Well, there's also a Silver Bluff out that way, too, I think.
With us, it's usually somebody calling our bluff. Here's the payoff. And he missed outside ball 4. Second walk for the freshman Cox. And speaking of walks, here is Cooper Sanders. He has been up twice. He has drawn bases on balls both times. Furman offensive lineman commit. Big muscular kid. That bat looks almost like a toothpick in his hands. First pitch to him from Cox. And a breaking ball outside, ball 1.
We were talking about Kyle Parker and Russell Wilson that we'd seen play football and basketball, or football and
baseball.
But didn't we see a defensive lineman? Was it DJ Reader maybe that played for Clemson a little bit? He ended up
somebody had played some first base. Yeah,
played in the NFL.
Still play if it's Reader, he's still in the NFL.
I think it was DJ Reader. So
yeah,
big guys can do it. And coach saying that this young man is a very good baseball player too.
1 ball, no strikes. Pitch, big swing, and he fouls it over the roof first base side. It's 1-1. One pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Five-0 Wren. 1 on, 1 out for the Hurricanes here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ty Davis waiting on deck. And Carter Cox with the 1-2 pitch. Grounded off of the pitcher, rolling toward the third baseline. He recovers, he throws it away. That's going to allow a runner to come around third. He's going to try to score. The throw to the plate is not in time. And it is a 6-0 Wren lead. And all the way out to second base goes Cooper Sanders. They're going to come and check on the freshman Cox. That ball was smashed back through the middle. Sanders will get credit for an infield hit. And then the throwing error by Cox, allowing Smith to come all the way around to score, and Sanders end up out at second base. But Tommy did a nice job of recovering and chasing the ball down as we get another look at it.
Yeah, that ball hit right off his right shin. I think if he makes an accurate throw, I think he's going to get him.
Yeah, you saw, though, that it came from down under a little bit with the throw, and it sailed on him. They're going to let him throw a pitch or two here to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, that ball was laced right back up the middle and ricocheted, I think, off that right shin. And that had to hurt.
He delivers a pitch and says he's okay. They're going to let him throw another one to make sure. Yeah, it's the plant leg, I think.
Yeah. You know how ball players are. He'll take a little more than that. Get you out of the game. Let's see if we may have some kind of a
Randy Thompson out. Looks like they're going to run for Cooper Sanders. And coming on is David Whitmore, a sophomore. And remember, at the high school level, a starter can re-enter one time. So at the DH spot, we could see Sanders again. But right now, Whitmore pinch running here in the 5th inning.
First baseman, Ty Davis.
All right, back to action. Ty Davis has singled and scored and lined to center. And the first pitch from Cox, high and outside, ball 1. 6-5-3 for Wren. No runs, 2 hits, 4 errors for Powdersville. Here comes the 1-0. And low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Outfield just about straight away. The right fielder, White, maybe a step or 2 towards the line and playing shallow. Line drive knocked down by the shortstop on a hop. Then he can't recover cleanly. And advancing to third is Whitmore. That'll be another error on Powdersville. Ball was hit hard, but right at the shortstop, Garrett. And if he recovers after the initial tough hop, he's going to have plenty of time to make the play at first base, but when he reached for it, he didn't get it cleanly. And they're on the corners and still just 1 out. It's Gage Knighton who has singled and flied to center. And he takes a strike on the inside edge. First and third, 1 out. 6-0 Wren looking to add on here in the bottom of the 5th. Fly ball, left center field. Dashton Brown cruising over. He'll make the catch. Tagging at third and scoring easily is Whitmore. It's a 7-0 Golden Hurricane lead, and the sacrifice fly RBI for Gage Knighton.
A good job by Knighton. Did what he needed to do. Hit it into the outfield deep enough to provide the opportunity to get the run home, and taking advantage of, there's another situation where a walk has come around to score in this game. An error has opened a chance to get more, and they've been able to accomplish that.
Number 9 hitter Griffin Scurry. 2-run single, a walk, and a run scored. Junior catcher fouls it out of play right side. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses. Ball and a strike. Right-hander with the set and the pitch. And it's lined back through the middle into center field for a base hit. Griffin Scurry having a nice afternoon out of the number 9 slot. Been on all 3 times. Advancing to second is Ty Davis, and we go back to the top of the order for Shep Wincop.
Yeah, Dan, I was going to say the same thing. You know what? 9th place hitter. He has had good swings, good at-bats, and you can turn it over to the top of the order after a couple things he's been able to do. That's beneficial.
Devin Hutto will come on and courtesy run for the catcher. Shep Wincop 0 for 3. He's grounded to second, fly to right, and reached on an error by the shortstop Garrett. First pitch from Cox is a breaking ball that misses outside. 1-0. Foul ball out of here, first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, after the last couple of evenings, it's nice to be able to sit here on this Saturday afternoon with the windows in the booth open. Enough people in here to create a little bit of an atmosphere. It's good to be back at the ballpark. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball low and away. 2 balls and a strike. With the windows closed, the crowd mic does what it's supposed to do, so you don't sound like you're in a jar doing the game, but there's nothing like the windows being open and feeling like you're a part of everything that's happening out there. The 2-1 pitch, outside 3-1. And on top of that, you can't smell the food with the windows closed.
True.
And they have plenty of great options here at Fluor Field when you come to watch the Drive play, including the brand new shortstop section on the concourse, replacing the old Subway. Here's the 3-1, and it is strike 2 called, 3-2. It is a Fresh Market and other grab and go facility down there. So more options being added. Here there are no options. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Both runners will be moving on the pitch. There they go. And it's ball 4 down and in. Rolls halfway over to the third base dugout. That's the 3rd walk issued by Cox, a 2nd in this inning. And that loads them up for Tyler Youngblood. Wade Padgett going out to the mound to have a chat with his freshman right-hander. He's going to take the ball from him and make a move. You're going to see a new left fielder go in for Powdersville, Brody Watkins. And I wonder if that means that Dashton Brown is going to come on to pitch. He popped into the dugout. And yep, he is jogging out of the other end and heading out toward the mound. So we've got a break in the action here at Fluor, with Wren leading 7-0 in the 5th and looking for more. We'll be back to tell you about the new pitcher, what we can, in just a moment.
Attention please, now pitching for Powdersville, number 7, Dashton Brown.
So that means that Watkins has to be going into the spot where the DH, who was being DH for, right?
I would believe that's true because Sykes remained in the game. Brown replaced Holmes in left. Now he's going to move from left to the pitcher's man, So 3 different left fielders. A lot of folks getting a chance to play today. Kind of Wren methodically has just been able to build it up to a 7-0 lead. Got a pair of runs in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Got 1 more in the 4th inning, and trying to add a little bit more here. Brown's pitch warm-up goes all the way back. I think he just went into the dugout and switched gloves, I think. Yeah, all his infielders behind the mound there. On a sun-splashed day here at the ballpark, and 21st year for the Greenville Drive, and boy, did this ballpark revitalize this part of downtown, and what had become is amazing here, downtown Greenville.
Kind of revitalized you and I as well. All right, Tyler Youngblood batting with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and Brown's first pitch is a fastball strike. 7-0. Wren on top of Powdersville. The 0-1 breaking ball that spun out of his hand ended up going behind the right-handed batter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the 1-1 pitch. Bounced it up there. 2-1. And a breaking ball in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Youngblood, the 8th man to bat in the inning. And there's ball 4. And that forces in a run to make it 8-0. As Ty Davis trots in from third. Scurry moves up to third. Wincop to second. And now, Tom, if they are using the 10-run mercy rule, a base here by Grayson Austin could end the game with runs 9 and 10 in scoring position. Austin has an RBI double and a run scored, and he takes that one up and in, ball 1. 1 for 3. Popped up to short as last time. So 3 runs in so far. It's 8-0. And a fastball up and away, 2-0. Tanner Smith, who began the inning by grounding out first baseman to the pitcher covering on deck. Swing and a miss. While you know he'd love to get another at bat in the inning, the last thing in the world he wants to do is make 2 outs in an inning and have to hear from his teammates.
That's right, yeah.
Little flare, shallow center field. Anybody going to get there? Yes, the second baseman Whitmer with a nice running catch with his back to the infield. And the inning is over. But they add 3 more.
It's time for another installment of Reedy Rest.
And we head to the 6th inning. It's now 8-0.
I always wondered if there was a certain rank of pirate allowed to have a parrot. I've only ever seen them on captains, but could any pirate own a bird? If so, is there a limit on the number of parrots you could have on a ship? Did they cut it off at 10? Was it higher? If there was a limit, who was in charge of deciding yay or nay on bird ownership? Did the pirate ship have an HR department that you could submit your parrot request along with your health insurance elections? I feel like they had to have a limit. Could you imagine if there were 50 birds that needed to be housed and fed aboard a ship? That's probably why it's referred to as the poop deck. This has been a reading of Reedy Writes It.
Hey, fans want to reduce the risk of bad
5 inning totals. Wren 7 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. Powdersville no runs, 2 hits, and 5 errors. Austin Vinson back out there for the 6th inning for the Hurricanes, and here to call inning number 6, Tom Van Hoy.
Well, he's doing what he needed to do and what his manager wanted him to do, and now with a big lead here in the ball game at 8-0, throw strikes, and he'll try to do that against 3, 4, and 5 here as we play in the top half of the 6th inning. Powdersville and Wren going at it here at Fluor Field to the west end. And it will be Stephen Hudgens to lead it off, then Jackson Sykes and Caden Whitmer. Here in the top half of the 6th inning, it is 3, 4, and 5. Left-hand hitting. Hudgens takes the first pitch. Outside for ball 1. He flied to center and has struck out in his 2 times at bat in this game. Just a couple hits for Powdersville. That's it on the afternoon. And this is a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Vincent had a 1-2-3 first. Pair of runners got on in the 2nd inning. Same thing in the 3rd, a walk and an error. And there was an error and a base hit as well, as this one's fouled out of play and in the 4th inning. So there have been some opportunities, but Vincent's been able to work out of a couple of different jams and settles in now with a big lead here as we play in the top half of the 6th inning. And the 1-2 pitch is lined, and on a backhand it goes off the first baseman Ty Davis's glove and rolls out near second base where Wincott picks it up. So a good start for Stephen Hudgens. He able to drive one and tried to get it to the backhand, and it bounded away, and he'll be on at first base here to begin the top half of the 6th inning.
Assuming that'll be a base hit.
We'll await the official scoring.
No, they gave him an error. So
okay.
That's what.
That's why you have white out, and that's why I have an eraser here.
Max Potter not feeling very charitable today, apparently.
The bottom line is there is a runner on first, and here is Jackson Sykes. He hits in the 4th spot. Began as a pitcher today, and he remained in the game when Cox came in and moved over to the 3rd base, and he's reached a couple times on a walk and reached on an error by the shortstop. So a couple of opportunities on the base paths from that position anyway. High fly ball headed to right, and coming over is the right fielder, the center fielder in the GA as well. And Connor Smith will make that catch, and that becomes out number 1. And again, you see that glare off of the sunglasses, and 1 out here in the top half of the 6th inning on the fly ball to right field. Colton Motley began out there, so a number of different players on both teams got the chance today to get out on the field here at Fluor Field. Caden Whitmer, he'll stride to the plate now, the 5th place hitter playing second base. He's a very versatile player, can catch, do a lot of different things. About his prowess as a basketball player as well. 6 feet 165, senior. He reached on a bunt back in the 2nd inning, caught stealing. He lined out to center on a ball that was hit hard his last time up. And he watches this one stay outside for a ball. And the left-hand hitter, dig it in there and right on top of the plate. Vincent from the stretch holds it, comes back, and you can see that breaking ball come out of his hands, and it was up a little bit high and tight as well. And Whitmer here can head on the count, can take a look. Pitch location if he wants to. Shaded up the middle a little bit is Austin, the shortstop. They'll throw over and try to keep the runner close. Wren got 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Single 1 to the 4th, 3 more in the 5th. And this one is inside on the next pitch as well, and it goes to 3 balls and no strikes now. On the 5th place hitter, Jack Jarish is on deck. Another one of the many seniors on this team. Interesting mix of experience and youth. Runner goes, but a fly ball to left. We'll have to go back, and right there to make the play is Knight out in left field, and that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Good recognition there. You got your head down, you're running hard, you better find that ball, and he did. And able to recover and head back to first base there, and Jarish now comes to the plate. Strikeout and a base hit to left. 1 for 2 today. Hitting out of the 6th spot. Trying to keep things going here in the top half of the 6th inning. And that's a breaking ball that's fouled straight back, right in on the hands. And good pitch, and not much he could do with that one. It was boring in on him there. And Vincent throwing strikes here with his team up big, and trying to get back to the dugout after an error, opened things up to begin, but retired the next 2 on fly balls to the outfield. There's a breaking ball again, fouled straight back. A better cut that time.
It serves as a reminder for us and begs the question. We will begin our 8th season with the Greenville Drive, and we have yet to have in 7 seasons a foul ball into the booth. We've had it. They've been all around us. We've had windows broken on both sides of us.
And a fly ball to center field, that should do it. Again, the glare off the sunshine, and striding over is Tyler Youngblood. And he makes the catch there. So a good job by Vincent to work around the opening hitter with an error, and got 3 consecutive fly balls. And you know what? He right, left, and center. Bottom of the 6th we go. 8-0 ball game we're in. Field here at the West End. We're in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. How about high school baseball coming your way? And Thursday night at Riverside and Chapman. Riverside won it 8-6. St. Joe's and Christchurch is a couple of miles, maybe a mile apart. 7-4 was the win for St. Joe's. And first of 2 here, Wren and Powdersville. And we get head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And right now it's all Wren as they lead at 8-0. And then we'll take a little brief break, and then T.L. Hanna and River Bluff will be in the ballpark as well. Brown back out on the mound. He had to come in back of Cox. Sykes started things.
Tom, we're going to get a pinch hitter for Tanner Smith leading off the 6th inning, Ben Giebelhausen.
So Giebelhausen will step in there against Brown. And his first pitch is outside. Fan favorite getting a cheer from the crowd. Senior, right-hand hitter, and he hits a little pop-up on the infield, and it'll be taken by Garrett. So gets a chance to hit here at Fluor Field and becomes the first out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So here comes Connor Smith, and he'll hit here with 1 down in the bottom half of the 6th inning. For Sanders on deck, he'll get a chance here in the inning as well. And
yeah, he will re-enter.
Yes. Connor Smith with a chance here to keep things going. We've seen Ashton Brown come back of Carter Cox. Jackson Sykes began things. And we saw Brown come into the outfield, play left field for Sam Holmes as well. So a few moving parts there, and throws this one just off the plate as well. And he's set to deliver the 2-1 pitch, and he does. 3-1, I guess, and it is low and inside and on down to first base. So he'll have an opportunity here as we play in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And draws the 1-out walk, and here is the aforementioned Sanders, the DH. And, scored a couple of runs today, been on 3 times. walk, and had an infield single. The wild throw eventually would end up third. And courtesy runner time or two along the way. This one is outside for a ball, so Brown is trying to finish this one off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning and keep it where it is. Golden Hurricane with an 8-0 lead. Right back to the mound by the pitcher at second base. Fumbled and no play there. Well, that might have been an opportunity for a double play. Went right back up the middle by the pitcher. Whitmer was there about a stride from the bag, and if he makes the play, can step on second and throw to first, but that didn't happen. And so now you've got runners on first and second now with one down.
Yeah, it came off the bat with a really funky spin to it, and it took a tough hop on Whitmer out there at second base, and he couldn't recover.
So Ty Davis now with runners on first and second, one down. And Brown delivers that pitch, and it's high and inside and backs him off the plate. First baseman, Junior, another right-hand hitter. He singled back in the 2nd inning, and he scored the 2nd run on a 2-run single to left by Griffin Scurry. Sanders had led off with a walk, and all of that came with 2 down.
Tom, they're going to run for Cooper Sanders again. And going in to do the running will be Pierce Thompson.
So he'll get a chance to get on the surface here.
Running for Cooper Sanders at first base, number 21, Pierce Thompson.
And he is the nephew of the head coach, Randy Thompson. So great to see a lot of different youngsters get a chance to play here today. Brown will look at second, throws a breaking ball that's wide of the mark. In fact, having to slide over his bell into the left-hand batter's box to make that backhand stab. As the count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Davis is the 7th place hitter. Knighton and Scurry are back of him. And this one stays inside. Nope, inside corner. And gets the called strike there. Runners on first and second. We've got 1 down. And we play in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Look at second, trying to keep him close there, and this one's popped up right side, foul territory. It will stay in play. And over there to make that catch is Jarish, and that becomes the 2nd out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. An opportunity now for Knighton, the 8th place hitter, the left fielder who has singled, advanced to third on an error. A couple of fly balls, but that second one was to left field back in the 5th inning, part of a 3-run inning, and that scored a run. And he'll try to keep things going here. Brown trying to finish this one off. There's the pitch, and it's a called strike. So Sykes, Cox, and Brown have all pitched today. Both teams played last night, so that's a quick turnaround. Up and in, and, you know, Dan, you and I were talking, and we do so much at the collegiate level and some other things that you forget sometimes that high school guys show up an hour before.
Yes. Especially if you're trying to find a place to park the bus because of the St. Patrick's Day parade downtown.
That's true. That was an added dimension. Throw down to third, and a good backhand there. That ball's down the line, and maybe a run score. So, I mean, we've seen college teams that'll go in the day before and not be that far away.
Yeah.
But a fine opportunity, and I think Gary Jarinko and the counterparts here at the Drive like to provide that opportunity for these young guys. I know you and I grew up playing high school baseball, and man, we'd have given anything to have this. And there's the pitch, and it's low. And
well, I've told you before, all 3 years I played American Legion baseball back in West Virginia, 83, 84, and 85. You know, in the summer after the high school season is over, we played in Bluefield, West Virginia.
3-1 high ball 4.
And
how to load them up.
And it was always a big deal for us because it's where the Bluefield Orioles played.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a rookie league, Appalachian League franchise at the time. And just because it was a field that a professional team played on, it was a big deal. Now, it was nowhere near the quality of this field by any stretch.
Scurry takes the first pitch for a ball 0 away.
But in the mid-'80s,
oh, yeah,
for us to play on a field that a pro team played on, come on.
Let me tell you, I got to play on one that had grass.
Yes.
It was a big deal. Up high for ball 2. And, you know, the one thing about it, there's so many rocks that you hope that the kid on your team stabbed as the local dentist, you know.
That's exactly how our field was.
So 2 balls and no strikes and inside. And, I mean, I grew up in southeast Kansas, and you know what your outfield fence was? It was that orange fencing, you know, that you see on the side of the road when they're snow fence. Outside quarter for a called strike. So bases are jammed here. Brown trying to get out of this. You get a good look from the center field camera. Those of you watching, thanks for coming along today. This one sails outside for a ball, so it's gone full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. You know, last time that Scurry was up, we were talking about, boy, what an advantage it is to have someone like him at the bottom part of the order. He had a base hit, a walk, and another base hit, and had really good cuts. And let's see if he gets one here on 3-2. Way outside for ball 4, and down the line comes the 9th run of the ball game. Connor Smith able to cross home plate there. And now it's up to Tyler Youngblood, again with the bases loaded. Scurry picks up a run batted in.
Once again, Hutto will courtesy run for the catcher, Scurry. So Scurry's been on all 4 times, Tom. 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 RBIs, and a run score, all out of the number 9 spot.
How about Hutto? He's getting a lot of opportunities today to run the base pass. So we're at 9-0 right now, the bottom half of the 6th inning. And let's see what Shep Wincop can do. And he will take the first pitch for a ball, ground out to second, fly to right. He reached on an error at a stolen base and walked. He's been on a couple times today. Next one is off the plate, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. No place to put him. Here's Brown's pitch. And inner part of the plate, good pitch, fastball. Caught the black about the knee on the inner part of the plate to the right hand hitting leadoff hit of the second baseman, 2-year starter Shep Wincop. He hits a ball on the ground of the shortstop, and it hits the base runner. And so he will be out, and you'll get out of the inning that way. And that will take us to the top half of the 7th inning. So 1 run on the board here in the bottom half of the 6th. And the base runner gets hit by a ball that was hit on the infield, so he is immediately out. Dan Scott, let's take you the rest of the way when we come back after this.
Yeah, Wincop actually gets credit for a hit.
Man, how about that?
Yeah. Wren 3 outs away from its 6th victory in its first 7 games of the season. And to get those 3 outs, Randy Thompson going to make a pitching change after 6 shutout innings by his starter, Austin Vinson. It'll be left-hander Casey Hall coming on. This is normally where when we're doing the drive games, Tom will launch into all of the numbers on the guy coming in.
Yes.
Since we have none of those.
Well, he is number 3, Dan.
Yes, that's all the numbers we have.
He's a junior left-hander, and he's a pitcher. And he gets a chance. That's cool, too.
Leading up for Powdersville, pitcher Ashton Brown.
Austin Vinson was very good. 6 shutout innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, in line for the win. And now it's Casey Hall facing Dashon Brown, and the first pitch is high, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Three balls and a strike. Tom, there is good news afoot. Pizza is at the doorstep. Tadaro is delivering. He's trying to get in here.
He had to fight the crowd outside. It's just down the road here on Markley. Tadaro's Pizza.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3 swinging.
Let him in, then.
Yes. So 1 down. Here's Eli Brown, who has reached on an error and popped to second in his 2 times up. So Powdersville, barring a comeback of near biblical proportions, down to their final 2 outs and trailing 9-0. It's a fly ball to center field. Backing on it is Youngblood, still going back, not going to get there. It's over his head. Rolling on the warning track. He'll get it back into second base, but a 1-out double by Eli Brown, who hit that ball sharply over the head of Tyler Youngblood. Was just saying that they are going to see their record fall to 0-7 to start the season, but again, talking with Wade Padgett, got off to a 3-9 start in the preseason a year ago. Ended up winning the district and making it to the Final Four of the Upper State Championship.
And they lost to Southside Christian, who then beat Chapman and then won the 3A championship.
First pitch to Josiah Bell swung on and missed. He's put down a sacrifice bunt and struck out swinging in 2 times up. Junior left-hander Casey Hall trying to finish it off for Wren High School. Bounced that one up there. Ball and a strike. Again, low, 2-1. If you are Randy Thompson and pitching coach Landon Smith, you just want to see the young men come out and fill up that strike zone anytime, but particularly with a 9-0 lead. And now time called as catcher Griffin Scurry will go out, as will 25th year head coach Randy Thompson. Second game of our doubleheader this afternoon. It will be T.L. Hanna High School and River Bluff getting together here at Fluor. First pitch scheduled right around 4 o'clock. And then Tom and I will be like everyone else associated with Furman's athletic department, and fans gathering at Timmons Arena tomorrow night for the 6 o'clock NCAA tournament bracket reveal show, the selection show. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Leadoff hitter C.J. White waiting on deck. Break-even pitch. Strike 3 swinging. That's the Bob Kipper effect, Tom.
Just go out, throw strikes, let your defense help you some, and did a great job there.
Yeah, came back. Back-to-back strikes. And now the last thing standing between Wren and their 6th win of the year is leadoff hitter C.J. White, who's 0 for 3. A strikeout and a pair of flyouts. One to center and one to right, and there's strike 1 called. Breaking ball misses low and away. Fouled off. And it's 1-2. One-two pitch. Smashed into left field for a base hit. Stopping at third is Eli Brown. They're on the corners with 2 out, and Tripp Garrett is going to get one more shot. Garrett has grounded to third. He's walked and bounced back to the mound. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. The 1-0 upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Inning began with Dashton Brown striking out swinging. Eli Brown doubled. Josiah Bell struck out swinging. C.J. White singles. And now the 2-0 pitch to Garrett's in there for a strike, 2-1. Hall working quickly. Misses inside, 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. 3-2 with 2 outs. C.J. White will be running from first base. Eli Brown will wait on contact at third. The payoff pitch on the way, and strike 3 called on the inside corner. And that's the ball game. Wren improves to 6-1 on the season with a 9-0 victory over Powdersville here this afternoon, Tom.
Well, I'll tell you, Austin Vincent goes the first 6 and finished it off there, and he was really good. And a total of he gave up 2 hits, just a total of 3 hits. One of them was an infield variety. Some opportunities for Powdersville early on, had multiple runners in a couple of innings, but unable to score. And then, kind of methodically, Wren able to get 2 in the bottom half of the second. Those came with 2 outs, added 2 more in the third, single run of the fourth, 3 more in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. So just kind of continued to build that league, took advantage of a couple of miscues along the way, and that's what good teams do. And they get out of here with a nice 9-0 win.
All right, final numbers. Wren 9 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors. They left 10. Powdersville no runs, 3 hits, 6 errors. They stranded 8. Vincent the winner, Sykes the loser. Game took 2 hours and 22 minutes to play here at Fluor Field. Thank you for joining us. Our second game will be coming up right around 4 o'clock. TL Hanna and River Bluff. And we will see you about 5 minutes before first pitch. Until then, for Tom and all of us at The Drive, I'm Dan Scott. God bless you. So long, everybody.